so they use visual creativity and so forth. They love to draw and do things with their finger paints and so forth. So these are the lessons of balance. And so we're in the Sebekian area. We have hearing, the faculties of hearing, academic, measuring, quantifying. In the sphere of Het Heru, we have the visual faculty, the creative, the imaginative, and even the healing. Okay. Now, this from sphere 10 all the way up to 7, this would be an automatic type of thing. Every person would be able to go through this, provided they didn't go through any traumatic event that would hinder any one of these chakra points. Okay, so they would automatically rise up this tree, but they could only go so far, before they have to tap into their own balance, within their intelligence here. This is where you have your emotional intelligence is 6 through 12. This is where they start mastering their emotions, or getting a handle on their emotions rather, and then starting to incorporate the emotions into being able to balance how much to emphasize on the left or right. Okay, this is where we're gathering knowledge. Okay, this is the path of every child from 0 to 18, all the way up to adolescence, young adulthood. Okay, this is why Het Heru is so critical and pivotal, and this is why I'm staying on it for this long. We have to realize that by the same reason why Het Heru is the key to the next level, Het Heru can also be utilized to bring you back down. Okay, and this is where governing bodies or criminal or people in the cabals, they like to utilize these things because people are still emotionally attached to visual things, to their imagination not being balanced, so their imagination can be run amok, they let it run wild, etc. Same thing over here. You can get people to be persuaded, to quantify things improperly, saying it's one thing when it's really another. You can give false information through the hearing alone. This is why our court systems are so messed up, because of the hearings. There's nothing that's being balanced by, no seeing balanced by the hearing. This is why Ma'at in the courtroom, her scales are all messed up. And this is why she has a blindfold. She can't see. All right. So the aspect of Ma'at, which is Het Heru, on the first set of scales. Okay. Let's not forget, this is your first stage, or your first test of Ma'at before you move to the next level, which is the Ab level. Okay, so this is the intelligence. Now, once you're able to get to this level, get a certain degree of balance, this is where you're overcoming your imbalance right here. Okay, in last episode we saw that we were able to create the flower of life and demonstrate how we can actually visualize the whole tree from the intelligence level. We can comprehend it with our intelligence here, our animal intelligence. All right. So once we achieve balance here, this activates courage within us to do. Okay, and the doing is the next episode. That's in Heru. Okay, so once we get to Heru, there's going to be a little bit more doing. We'll be able to see the processes of how to raise your consciousness, so that you're not just regurgitating information, you're actually experiencing or experiencing the information that comes directly from the cosmic womb. Okay, so we have the luminaries that are above us. Okay, we have to look at these things as the way they are. The luminaries are the things that actually shine the light, and the information travels onto the light into us. Now, we have to condition our physiology in order to receive the light. And this is where dietary intake, comes into play in conditioning our physiology so that we can conduct our energetic complex that I talked about earlier. Okay? If we're not able to activate our energetic complex, there's no way we can achieve unity. Okay? We have to know, number one, we all share the same energetic complex, and number two, we have to condition our physicality so that we can activate that complex to resonate. Okay, and this is how you can free yourself from the pacts, from the covenants that you have to write, the contracts and things that are based on distrust. Okay, so this is how you know you're in another age, is when you start resonating with one another and you can know whether or not this person is trustworthy. Okay, it's an energetic field. Okay, we have to activate this aspect of our being. Okay, this is the only evolution there is for human beings. All right, we have everything that we need. We have 5 fingers. This is for survival. 5 fingers on each hand. 10 toes on each foot. We got a head, 2 lobes. Two major lobes that are able to conduct and execute complex, tasks. So that being said, okay, we're gonna take it to the next stage. So we had the intelligence, we're just here, and so we want to move from the Sahu level, which is the animal and automaton, to the ab man. Okay, and this is gonna be next episode. We're gonna show how to do that. Okay, there's literature. I'm gonna share all of that with you in the next episode of Heru. All right, so ab, we can look at the abs, and that kind of gives us a clue. For the diaphragm, we're going to be using air, the breathing. See, this is how we're going to fight the battle. This would be in the realm where the battles are being fought. This is where you've already achieved the knowledge. Okay, you've achieved the knowledge, and now it's time to act the knowledge and execute. You don't want to hold people back in their development here. Once you achieve here, you want to allow the people to utilize all that they have learned, all of the knowledge that they've accumulated from age 0 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 18, and then teach them how to execute their knowledge. Okay, that's how you bring everybody up, and this is how you raise the frequency of the general populace that is desirous of raising the Jed. Okay, this is getting serious. Okay, we're seeing what's happening out in the world. We just have to get familiar with ourselves, know thyself. Okay. All right. So once we get to the age 18 to 25, you see, after age 18, we graduate from high school. Okay. We graduate from high school, and then we're sent out into the wilderness to fend for ourselves and follow all these codes and laws and rules that don't necessarily show us the way up. Okay, it really shows us how to kind of linger in here or go down. Okay, now that going down, this is a part of the title, the Antichrist. Okay, so in order to know what going down does, we have to continue with what our original premise is to raise the Jed. Going up, we call Christing. Well, I call it Christing. Once we move through the battle, and once we restore justice inside of ourselves, once we do our energetic system justice, then we're able to restore order and true law. No man has written it. Okay, this is already here before the flesh. All right, so once we win the battle, then we can go into the first pair of division, second para division. This is paradise